Now, flat earthers think a lot of themselves. We all know this. Their confidence in their own misunderstanding is unparalleled. But even I was surprised when one flat earther claims to have debunked all of physics. Hello all and welcome along to another video with me, Simandan. Thanks very much for joining me. Before we begin, huge news, the Simandan Book Club has now passed 250 founding members. If you're not sure what the Simandan Book Club is, let me tell you. What if Netflix existed but for science books? Once every 2 months, one carefully chosen science book, no algorithms, no doom scrolling, just something that might actually make you smarter. You don't choose, the book just turns up, delivered to your door with time and space to actually read it. On top of that, you get additional goodies in the box too, online goodies and access to a private Discord server where you can digest, discuss and discover more about each title. If this sounds like something that's up your street, then check the link out in the description or go to simandanbookclub.com and register now to become a founding member and get a free founding member bonus gift. Right then, on with today's video, which comes from the Tomb of Illumination. This channel was set up by a man called Lindsay and he thinks he's debunked all of physics. You cannot miss this one. Here we go.
So what I'm going to touch on today is just you're going to have to realize one day that the sun circles the black hole. It circles the black, it's not the center of creation. It's not a heliocentric model. You have to understand in the flat earth design, if that was there's the plan, if you could look down on it, you got a northern hemisphere that contracts in and a southern field that expands out like a ring magnet.
Heliocentrism does not claim that the sun is the centre of all creation. It simply says that the planets orbit the sun. No theology, no ego, just measured motion that matches reality. And Lindsay's contracting north and expanding southern ring magnet idea is not physics. There's no defined force, no equations, no field strength, no testable predictions. It's imaginary, not a mechanism.
All the energy, very strong in the center of convergence. Okay? This is all coming out in videos now. If you're interested in this sort of thing, you'll find them on your YouTube. Now, right in the center here of the Arctic is the Arctic center. Okay?
Original, I suppose.
The northern hemisphere, right in the center Arctic is in here. There's a vortex that we cannot get to. And our hidden sun, the real actual cold fusion pure plasma sun, is in there.
The idea of an unreachable Arctic vortex hiding something is pure speculation. There's no evidence of a forbidden region, no missing data, no unexplored hole in the middle of the planet. We've got satellites, aircraft, submarines, icebreakers and decades of direct measurement. And cold fusion itself has never been demonstrated to be a sustained net energy producing process. And even if it were, it wouldn't magically explain day and night, seasons or eclipses, or why the sun's position matches astronomical predictions to the second. This isn't suppressed knowledge. It's an invisible object doing infinite work without leaving a single measurable trace, which is exactly how you spot fiction pretending to be physics.
We see an image out in the tropical region here. And in our known physics, we can understand how the sun has been created here. And this is why, well, partly why science tells you it's there. The ecliptic plane is there somewhere. Okay, because the actual ecliptic plane, in reality, is from there to there. But hidden in here is now expressed out here. Because our whole realm has come from in here, believe it or not. But let's not go there today. We're just going to talk about the sun, the actual sun of the universe, which is within our realm. It's not out there. Earth isn't the center of anything. Earth is just the thing. And out of its center comes everything. Out of the center vortex.
The ecliptic plane is not a guess or hidden feature. It's simply the plane of Earth's orbit around the sun, and it's defined by observation and geometry. We measure it precisely using planetary motion, eclipses, spacecraft trajectories, and stellar parallax. There's no real ecliptic hiding somewhere else. And also, a sun within our realm, but not physically located in space, cannot explain inverse square light fall off, solar parallax, seasons, or why spacecrafts measure the sun's distance directly.
So in here, right in the centre north, hidden in the Arctic centre, is the black hole. Just there, and it goes over to there. It's the full length of the Milky Way. It's not just one place like physics tells you, oh look, Sagittarius A, there's the black hole. No, Sagittarius A is the back of the sun. The black hole, that's the fixed position in the Milky Way at night. But the black hole is actually the full length of the 3D Milky Way. But you can take the 3D Milky Way, take it all the way back to the flat plane of creation. Then you have just a circle with a black hole. There's the black hole.
There is no black hole hidden in the Arctic. We know where the Milky Way's central black hole is because we directly observe stars orbiting an invisible mass with extreme precision. The mass is located thousands of light years away, not under the North Pole. And Sagittarius A is not the back of the sun. The sun does not have a back or front in that sense, and it certainly isn't physically connected to a black hole. We can measure the sun's distance, mass, motion, gravity, all locally. None of it behaves as if it's attached to anything else. None of this is hidden knowledge. It's taking words like black hole and using them decoratively, after removing everything that makes them real.
And you've got all the concentric circles outside of the black hole with all the different planets on. Okay? But the first concentric circle is the horizon of the black hole. And that's where we find the sun. Well, we don't find the sun, but that's where the sun is. That's the sun. And it moves around the horizon of the sun. 360 degrees, over 24 hours. 24/7 is what I was thinking of. 360 degrees. This moves around the hole.
A black hole's horizon is not a physical surface you can orbit like a racetrack. The event horizon is a mathematical boundary. Cross it and nothing comes back. You don't park a sun on it and spin it once per day. If the sun really were orbiting a black hole every 24 hours, the required gravity would be catastrophic. Earth's orbit, tides, satellite motion, and even atomic clocks would be wildly disrupted. None of that happens. And putting planets on concentric circles is not a model, unless it explains why they move as they do. This doesn't. It ignores gravity and mass and inertia, and ignores every successful prediction that astronomy makes.
Now, because this is the Milky Way, you see, we see an image of the sun out here. So you have to understand that this sun, the true sun, is tucked into the Milky Way. So it's tucked into the Milky Way like an eye in a socket, and it swings around the Earth like a clock arm. There's your clock hand, the sun, is your clock arm. This is why this ancient Sumerian king is holding the lion like this, holding the lion in his elbow, because the elbow is the joint here, the bend here where this actual sun is, and it's to do with Leo, the zodiac sign, but won't get there. And the Aborigines described it as the boomerang in the creation Dreamtime stories, and in the Iliad it's the kneecap. Okay?
What? Appealing to ancient kings and zodiac symbols is not evidence. Cultural symbolism explains beliefs, not orbital dynamics. Mythology does not override measurement. Invoking Leo and elbows and boomerangs does not add explanatory power. None of this predicts anything to do with the globe or heliocentric model, all of which astronomy gets right every single day.
So you've got to understand the sun does the circle 360 degrees, which gives us our 24-hour day. And being tucked into the Milky Way, there's obviously daylight and darkness. Nighttime, darkness. Nighttime, nighttime, daytime. So this is the first time you know, I'm the only person in the world to expose this, okay?
Yeah, unfortunately saying that is a red flag, not a discovery. Real explanations are shared, tested and replicated, not announced.
So forget all the other ancient physicists and globe theory BS you've been taught at school. Within the last 5 years, or 7 years, I am the only person in history to reveal this. No one else has spoken about it. If you can send me some information, prove me wrong, I'd love to read it.
Yes, there's a reason no one else has ever spoke about it. Because it's total nonsense, Lindsay. And I think that's an excellent place to wrap up today's video. Imagine thinking you've debunked the entirety of physics because you came up with a few theories on a whiteboard. Dear oh dear. Please do let me know in the comments below what you thought of today's video. As I say, we're all done and dusted for another one. Thanks so much for watching today as ever. If you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the thumbs up button too. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great day and I'll see you tomorrow for a Flat Earth Friday with the return of Eric DeBay. See you then.